Welcome to the Bosporan Kingdom campaign for Et Impera 1.3. Yep, the 1.3 release has been made. It was released on the 22nd of February 2022 if you're watching this in the future. I've loaded up this save game and there's been a few changes what I'll talk about in a little while, but first I just want to go through the main changes that have been associated with this update. It's a very big update. It's brought in quite a lot of new changes, some of which I can't show you because this is a pre-release save game, and to get for some of the effects you've actually got to start a new campaign. But the first thing I want to talk about is there's been a barbarian overhaul that covers the Averni, Galatia, Boli, Scodesi, Iceni, the Caledonians, the Swabi, the Lugi, the Adrii, the Cimbri, and also the Adrasians have been included in this. I haven't looked in great detail of what the changes are to this overhaul. It has altered my decision process for the next series, because originally I was going to go purely west into Iberia. Now I'm starting to seriously think about maybe playing a barbarian faction, possibly even going up as far as the Iceni, just so we can see the changes that have been introduced by this update. Now there's been some very significant changes to the grand campaign. What we got now is extra building slots. If I come over to Thrake here, I think Thrake could be a good example. What the change is that the capital of each province will now have up to 6 slots. So it means that we no longer get this difference when you've got like Pella here's got 6 slots, but this one doesn't, and that also applies to minor slots now. So on the change now, you'll be able to take up Pulpadivia to 6 slots and Nisus to 4 slots. That would probably put up the income a lot more going forward. Now the next change is that with every campaign, starting buildings have been changed. Again, I can't show this to you because we'd have to start a new campaign. And as far as I can tell, is every faction will now start with a military building. I think the idea behind this is to improve the quality of the AI troops. So that's something else that we need to take a look at. And I think they've also changed a lot of the stats related to some buildings as well. Now, of course, the biggest feature that's been added to the game is wonders. Now, if you're not sure what wonders are, I think if we come down to Egypt, we should be able to see Egypt. What you've got is like the pyramids of Giza here, the Library of Alexandria. Now, these are at the moment are just purely map features. With this 1.3 update, these become tangible buildings within the actual. If we see click on here, we can't see them here, or we can actually, but what you'll see here is, like, for example, in Alexandria, what you'll have is a specific slot that will say the Great Library, and what that will do is provide the opportunity to give bonuses to regions. I think some of them are faction wide, which would be quite interesting to develop. Now, I don't know how many great wonders are, but I think there are quite a few spread across the map. Hopefully, over time, we'll be able to take a look at those. There's also a return to the Roman families, and if any of you are not sure what that means, is that, and if any of you are not sure what that is, it means that the families, when you select when you play Rome, now have their proper names rather than the generic names. We've got a new culture of Numidians, which I think will be appearing. It says Northwest Africa, so I'm guessing that it would appear in this area here. Anyway, maybe that's something we can take a look at as well. We've got new starting characters and family trees, so they've reworked all the starting characters. We've got new starting diplomacy, so that might change the relationships between factions, we're not sure. And what they've also done is added some extra modding abilities, which, to be honest, I know nothing about, but probably means something to any of you guys who are into modding. And finally, the skills, traditions, auxiliaries, and traits have been overhauled. Now, I can't show you that, but if we get anyone who actually gets a promotion, we'll take a look at those. I think they've been across the board. The one I think has happened is to navies, but maybe if we get we're going to move these navies anyway. And if I come into the admiral here, what you will see is I thought anyway, there's actually in the actual commanders there is now a specific naval tree which you can invoke. Let's just get everything going. We're in winter, so we're going to come up here. put you in Apollonia so they don't forget. Now, as for the future of this series, I need to take a little while to check out the new update before I decide on what faction I'm going to play. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep going with this series until we've taken Rome. I think that's going to be quite a fitting end to this campaign, is to come in, conquer Latium, take Rome, possibly we'll take this. We'll see how it goes. And that will give me a little bit of time to check out the new update and decide what faction I want to play. And if any of you guys got a faction you would like to see, the only conditions are that the faction has to start in the west, possibly Iberia, or now it's been extended to the northwest. And the reason for that is that I've spent quite a lot in the east recently with different campaigns playing Hellenic factions. So what I want to do is move away from that. One major faction I would consider doing again is Carthage, because I think that could be quite interesting. So what I want to do is start moving my armies forward. We got this army here. We're not going to get that far. This guy's actually taking attrition. That's probably because there's no food here. I don't want to push back. We're going to push forward. We're going to kind of go in with overwhelming force, I think.
You have further orders at your command.
This guy can't get very far. Get up to here. Then we've got behind here cavalry army. So what we're going to have to do is just push. Now we've got 3 navies up here. I could bring the navy over here. I don't sure whether the guy would be in range.
We still have a good wind. Ready for orders.
Now he's been actually supplied from the sea now. I'm not sure. As far as I know, you can't actually. Who's he? Right, he's on baggage train, and I'm not sure whether that actually relates to that. This is a little bit exposed, but that's okay. I think we're moving this cav army up this way. I think we'll leave this army here for the moment, but we'll just move him about there. Looks like this Roman army is on the move back. So I don't know if I can pop him. Just do a little bit of harassment. Agent's been wounded. Thank you, game. Oh well, that means we'll just have to keep an army here. I would like this army here. I'm kind of a bit inclined now to start maybe thinking about a push on Taurus as well. So we got this navy here. We can bring this army down there. We've got this army here, which I'm not exactly sure what you're doing. I think you're just recruiting, aren't you? Dart slingers. This is more a defensive army. Just put in a couple of units there. Got this army kind of making their way this way as well. What we're going to do is push our forces through relentlessly now. I mean, Ariminium is safe, so these armies can start to move through as well. I think what we'll do is we'll bring this army through as a defensive army. That will loosen up the cav army here and the artillery army for that as well. We don't need artillery to protect our settlements. And I think that's about it. We've got the Macromani pirates down here. Reading through the release notes, they've added extra pirates onto the map. So I'm guessing that these would be other pirate factions. So the pirate risk may become a little bit more real going forward. Now, the other thing I want to just talk about is some of the changes to the stats. And probably the best way to show it is that they've changed the effects of loyalty. So if I show you here, you can see my loyalty in this family has dropped down. Part of the reason for that is if we come to characters, if I show you here, this political reformer now seems to have lost the perk of empire maintenance. But I think the other one, if we can find somebody in here, the blue one, which I haven't used very much, seems to have disappeared. There it is. This one is kept it, and I think it's been increased now. So this now gives -4 empire maintenance, but this one has lost it. So there's been changes to individual traits as well. There's also, I think, this one here, which was rightful sovereign. I think that used to give a diplomatic boost, but now it looks like it's got a -6 banditry. So if anyone gets a promotion, we'll take a look at that. The other one I want to look at is the female characters here. You can see here that I think there's +3 loyalty for the political party this character belongs to. Looks like the empire maintenance for the female characters is still the same, but we still got a little bit more loyalty from there, but I'm not sure that's exactly the same as well. But it still means that the female characters are worth sending out on political tasks. We do have a new wife here that really needs to go out, and maybe we'll send her to Egypt. Yeah, so it looks like we don't get the 0.5% like we had before. And the loyalty's been capped at 3. I'm sure it used to be higher. So that's something else we need to look at. I think there's so much there, but more importantly, if I click on, just click on any of these, what you'll see here, you see here that my empire maintenance is now 4.5. Prior to this load, I actually had a negative empire maintenance. So there's been must have been a change of 6-7% in empire maintenance. But of course, with this state of the campaign, you can see here I'm still making lots of money. I'm still making 225,000. So I think I've because of the effect of this, I've actually lost about 25,000 in income. So it looks like building up empire maintenance is going to be a little bit more tricky, and we're just going to have to try and find the relevant buildings, because as I've already mentioned, the building stats have changed. Anyway, I think that is about what we can do. I think it'd be nice to get this army over in a reinforcement role. In fact, we could get 2 armies across. We could probably punch straight at Asculum. But anyway, I'm going to go for an intern. Turn with generous tribute. Infantry. Child has died. Research complete. Now achieved. Tactics banditry missing. One thing I didn't do in the last part was look at my buildings. Not that it really makes that much difference. What's the... Looks like they might have also nerfed the library a little bit. I'm sure that used to go up. Oh, it still goes up to 1.5. That's good. Certainly going to push that. Come into here. We'll keep pushing this. We've now got colonial training. Pushing up the costs of my army. But that's okay. We can afford it. I mean, I've got over 8 million. During the end turn, we actually gone to war with the Swaby. So we're going to need to try and reinforce this area a little bit more than originally planned.
We hunger for battle, Commander.
I'm going to push this army through to here.
At once.
And go through our allies. In fact, we'll just drop him straight in there. The Cav army, probably the quickest way through is this way. That releases this army. Push forward to the end. Troubles, we've got no supplies in this area.
We hunger for battle. None will escape.
Just encircle there.
Siege to the settlement.
We're going to push this agent here so we can push down towards Rome. There's a small legion here. Cav army. Where are you? You're coming through there. I think I'd like the Cav army to come up and assist there.
Ready for
This
further
guy,
orders for battle.
you're being supplied by sea. I think you can just stay there for the moment and be okay. We've got 2 armies here. Means we could push on that, but that would leave this area exposed. We're going to bring this army through about here.
You have the orders.
Going to keep recruiting. But here, yeah,
Soldiering.
these.
Good life.
This is going to be more of a defensive army to support the garrison in Apollonia. I'm not ready yet just to push across there. I think we'll just wait for the other armies to come through. You're going to support the southern attack. Got here. I think we'll be okay. Got this army here.
At your command.
Bring you here. You
Ready for
stand there.
move. Ready for
Navy. So here. New. I put you in the water.
a new course. Commander.
You.
Poseidon, bless our voyage. Your orders.
We got this army.
We go.
We're going to go for basically an amphibious attack. Probably strike in against Asculum here, which will then seal off this area and open up this for an attack on Rome. So, I'm going to come in here very quickly. I don't want to fall into the trap, which often happens when you get to an end of campaign. There's always a great temptation to start auto-resolving. If you do that, you just take away all your damage your armies. So we're going to fight this very quickly. Because it's a naval port, they're going to stay in, but it won't make any difference. And we'll just start deployment. Have armies coming in from there. Oh, this is where the way in is here, next to this. So, what's it? Synodium, isn't it? It's not a circus. Very distinct thing. I think it's Odium. Is it O-D-E? Well, I can't remember now. Sorry, guys. We'll just put the front line together. Artillery behind properly. You move forward a smidge so you get as close to that line as possible. But 1, 2, 3 on this side. Your job is going to be more just to hold the flank. You
Royal Thorax Swordsman. Commander.
there, archers. I'm kind of a bit inclined to leave 3 archers on this side and just the 1 archer on this side. Put the cavalry there. General behind. And we'll
May all the gods preserve us from Romans and their appalling
just let the artillery do the damage.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
You pound that heavy artillery.
done with them.
Oops. Like the AI is acting a little bit more intelligently. I know there have been some changes to the battle AI in the new update, which hopefully we'll get a chance to experience. It's almost like the opposition is waiting for us. So what we will do is just start to move our troops forward. But we're going to keep pounding. Starting to wonder whether I'm a unit down. It's just these guys. These are a little bit reluctant to come in. I think we'll put this cavalry here. General up there. I think we'll bring the heavy cavalry through on this side. We'll move these guys up here.
The battle is turning in our favor.
It was always in our favour. We got here.
We await your order. Royal Horse Archers!
These guys can come here.
The gods guide our sons.
You come in on that side.
It has used all its ammunition.
You come up to here.
We'll kill them all. Ready.
Where you guys? You take up position there.
Made of pressure!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Shock cavalry ready. Warriors eager for blood.
Push these in here.
Your orders at your service. Heavy horse at your command. Step archers. Now.
Step lancers!
I think you're meant to be over here.
Move it.
Step archers!
What we'll do is we'll bring you guys round behind.
Orders. Armored horsemen. Quickly now. Hands on. Ready.
Ready for orders. Royal thorax swordsman at your service. Ready and waiting.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Step noble and answer ready.
Right, just bring these guys in. General. The other general.
Step archers!
Move these generals forward.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Ready and waiting.
Remember how fast these guys move.
Step lancers.
Lancers.
Riders at the double. Our aim is true.
Ready? Yours to command. Orders? We await your commands.
There's my lancers.
Step lancers!
Weapon.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Horse archers.
Horse archers.
Fire. Commander. Hack them, Darius. Ready. Get ready. Commander. For honor and glory. Step noble lancers. Ready to ride. Step for honor. Step noble.
In amongst them.
Royal thorax swordsman.
Archers go away. You
One
can
of our
come there.
units has used all its ammunition.
Probably killing more of my own troops than anybody else, but
Step archers!
okay, step archers coming behind.
Step noble lancers. Aye. Step archers. Ready yourselves.
Go after those.
Step archers!
Heavy.
These guys are dying pretty quickly.
Warriors eager for blood. Infantry at your command. To arms!
Get these guys in for the kill. And then they go.
Ready. Yes, commander.
That should be it. End battle. Lost 189. A little bit of friendly fire. But then when you've got horse archers chucking missiles all over the place, it's this actually looks like our faction leader, actually. I don't think he's got that much longer to live, but it'd be nice for him to lead the armies to the final victory. Artillery did a lot of damage, but then this is I don't know, it's not that elite army. There's a few new units here. I think this is one of the army that got beat up a little bit a couple of parts ago, wasn't it? And this is our first region in Latium. We're striking right at the heart of Rome now.
At your command.
Yeah, you're close enough anyway for support. Although, I would like region there. I think I'm a bit inclined to bring this army up to here. Put the cav army just behind like that. This guy will probably be in a position. Because this settlement here's got salt, which is probably one of the rarest elements on the map. Also one of the ones where you can. Probably don't need that. Convert that, and we just leave that the way it is. And we go. That's our army working that way. Probably put in an amphibious assault here just to make life a little bit difficult for the Romans. I mean, all they've got here is quite low level part legions. I think if we can get Arretium, the only problem is we don't know what's here.
At your command.
Got to move you, so push that way. You're going to be the defending army against these Yozos. If we moved you, remember to do the construction office report this time. We got consecrated ground here. We're certainly going to go for better than that. We'll go for a sacred grove. We can get the oops no. We put the library up in. Yeah, that's up. One is 27. Now we got road in here. That's going up. Got army recruitment here. I think that's pretty good. A little bit annoyed that I didn't do the one before. We got this guy's got a promotion, so let's just have a look at what is available. This looks fairly standard cultural conversion. So I think we can come down. It doesn't look like this has changed that much. Although it could be quite difficult to see. We've got empire maintenance there. And we've got cultural conversion there. Public order. Right, we're going to come this way. I think I'd rather have the cultural conversion at the moment. Certainly want that. Yeah, that gives a bit more public order. I think we'll go with that. That's about it. So we're just going to go for an intern. Well, that had a very long thing. Right, hidden agent exposed. Hidden agent exposed. Child is born. Faction joins your enemy. So, well, that's okay. Subject gains notoriety. Look at this. What's this guy doing? Young member of a royal family has found himself in serious debt. We'll leak it. So we're in a position to strike Arretium.
Ready for orders. We take this
again, we're going to bring the circle, bring the Cav army up, because I would like to have Cav army within striking distance of Rome. Before we fight that battle, I just want to... Right, we're just going to bring the... Oops. Going to keep these two together. We don't want this army... We're going to push this army through straight away. This army here is... we're going to bring it to about here. We'll bring this navy into here. This army through. This army... this is our agent. I think we're just going to ignore that idiot. He's in our territory now. I'm more interested in getting this agent over here so we can see what's going on behind there. This agent can move down. We got this kind of army sat here. Not a massive threat. So again, we're just going to very quickly fight this battle. Technically, the auto resolve is... I think we'll just fight it very quickly just to keep the casualties down, because these armies are going to need to break through into Rome with the siege armies. So, Army Sally's out on the field. We can be able to get... It could be the last hurrah for our elephants, which have done very well. Okay, start deployment. Going to be interesting. Where's our cavalry army coming in from? The cavalry army is coming in from there. Okay, let me just pull these guys back. Front line. Get a couple of these guys on this side. We'll put you there. You there. These slightly weaker units on this side. These guys, what we're going to need to do is do a little bit of a dash for the brow of the hill. Elephants can stay with the general. Then we'll put these cav units up here like that. Okay, we'll start the battle. We need the top of the hill. Didn't mean to do that. And we'll get the lancers up top there.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a bit inclined once to have the elephants on the side there. And what we'll do is bring cav in. We're going to get the hill. It's brilliant. Push the heavy horse forward. Elephants that side. Cavalry horde. Come up that side. Let the units get into position. We've got the top of the hill. It's really good. We're just going to pick up the infantry. We're going to push you forward a bit further. The archers. General there. Elephants. work with these guys. Generals together. But you don't do dismount. That's the quickest way to kill a cavalry army. Bring these guys up. Support the flank there. Bring you across the back there. Game work. Inch these guys forward.
Our hidden unit.
This guy's gonna die.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden unit.
Our aim is true. War elephants. We hunger for blood and battle.
What we'll do is we'll start to sweep these guys this way.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Heavy cav round the back.
We'll kill 'em all.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Get these guys for the flank attack. You in the center, generals. Right, we'll set up for the flank attack. I've got these guys sweeping this way. Yep,
One of our
these
units
guys
has
are
used all
going.
its ammunition.
Bring these riders out. In. Gotcha. Right, we're now basically setting up the rear charges.
Ready to ride. Charge. Battle ready.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
You guys there.
Men of Persia. Step lancers.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Here we go. Mass cavalry charge.
Draw your weapons. Step archers.
You guys have finished. You go a long way away. Generals up.
Royal thorax swordsmen.
Elephants over here.
Wing orders. Melee troops.
We are in battle. Lost 123. Mainly just simply because of the sheer superiority of the cavalry. Strike one, our second region of Latium. And again, we're just going to occupy. No major losses.
Commander.
And we've now got Arretium. That, knock that down. Need that. What we got here? Salt mine. I mean, this is how good the salt mine is. Although we're gonna have to check now. So there you can see there we can get 1400 from that for only for 6 public order and 4 squalor. I mean, it's a salt mine is A pretty valuable building, actually. So we're now in position to strike at Rome.
We hunger for battle.
I mean, we're in range of Rome anyway. In fact, I'm
Ready for orders.
just going to inch you this way, actually.
Move.
Keep the navy there.
We hunger for battle.
You're in position. These armies are in position. Anything else on the construction reports? No, we've got everything. Ida is now finished here. So that's looking good. Quick overlook at the public order. Now I have noticed a little bit of difference with the public order with respect to the new update. While I haven't actually got major problems beyond, I think it's, is it Marder? Probably the summer, because we are in the summer fighting season. When I went through, I noticed that the public order was a little bit lower than it was before, but it wasn't, as you can see there, it wasn't a major problem. I just want to take a quick look to see if anyone's got a promotion. So can't really show you the change with respect to traits. Maybe in the next part if somebody gets a promotion. Because I say with this actual in here now, there is actually a specific tree now for the navies. I'll find Spartacus the. No, see, he gets this. He's the Hergamon, but the drill master now is as well. So some of these traits have changed. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we will be attacking Rome in sheer force, and so probably most likely the next part will be the last part. Until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.